The early 80s were a golden age of kids' cartoons on British TV. We had He-Man, Thundercats, Inspector Gadget, the mysterious cities of gold. Week after week it felt like a treasure chest of adventure. But for me, one show stood out. A sci-fi retelling of one of the oldest stories ever told, and that show was Ulysses 31. Ulysses 31 took Homer's Odyssey from Greek mythology and it launched it into the stars. It was the era of Star Wars, Aliens and E.T., so giving an ancient, epic sci-fi twist made perfect sense. At its heart, it was the story of Ulysses, a space adventurer and captain of the ship, the Odyssey, who angers the gods of Olympus after killing the giant Cyclops to save his son Telemachus. From that moment on, the gods curse him to wander the cosmos, desperately seeking the way home.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus. But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a terrible revenge.
Mortals, you defy the gods? I sentence you to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades. Your bodies will stay as lifeless as stone.
Ulysses, the way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory.
Father! Oh, Father!
You are alive, my son.
The show was a joint production between French studio DIC Entertainment and Japan's Tokyo Movie Shinsha. It was written by Jean Chalopin. Chalopin actually went on to shape childhoods everywhere with shows like Inspector Gadget, The Real Ghostbusters, and of course, The Mysterious Cities of Gold. TMS, on the other hand, handled the animation, bringing that distinctive anime-inspired style that was also seen in Cities of Gold and Dogtanian and the Three Muskehounds. Alongside Ulysses was his son Telemachus, who was a skilled young pilot and loyal companion. Then there was Yumi, who was a telepathic alien from the planet Zotra, originally destined to be sacrificed to the Cyclops until Ulysses saved her. And of course, every 80s cartoon needed a quirky sidekick, and in Ulysses 31's case, it was Nono, Telemachus' little red robot. He brought the comedy relief, but also in those small moral lessons that each episode of the time often slipped in. The English dub brought these characters to life. Ulysses was voiced by Matt Berman, giving him that bold, heroic edge.
Shirka, have you checked our space heading? We are on 1025.
His son Telemachus was played by Adrian Knight.
Look, it's our spaceship, the Odyssey. Surely my father's in there.
While Yumi was voiced by Annick Faris, capturing both her innocence and telepathic strength.
Can't be any question about it. That must be Atina's original ship.
And of course, Nono the robot, who was voiced by Howard Rishpan, a performance that balanced comedy and heart, and one many fans still remember today.
Nono.
Well, it was quite an experience.
Like many 80s cartoons, the actors themselves weren't household names, but their voices became unforgettable to anybody who grew up watching. Ulysses wasn't just battling space monsters, he was up against the literal gods themselves. There was Zeus, Poseidon and even Hades all made an appearance, portrayed as powerful forces manipulating his fate from afar. And then there was the theme tune. Written by Denny Crockett and Ike Egan, it wasn't the usual Saturday morning jingle. This was a pulsating, synth-driven anthem that made the show unforgettable. And let's face it, the music was simply awesome. So awesome, in fact, that Philip Schofield and Gordon the Gopher once did a lip sync to it in the broom cupboard while introducing an episode.
Ulysses, like
Ulysses 31 hit American screens for the first time in the mid-80s as part of the Kiddio TV syndication run. Here in the UK, it arrived on Thursday, November the 7th, 1985, airing at 4:30 p.m. on Children's BBC. It ran through 1986, instantly grabbing kids with its unique blend of myth and space adventure. The show became an international hit. It was praised for its animation, its characters and storytelling, and of course, that iconic soundtrack. For those of who grew up in the 80s, we were spoiled with some of the greatest cartoons ever made. And yet, Ulysses 31 still stands out as one of the very best for me. What about you? Which shows from that golden age are your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip back to the 1980s, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more retro nostalgia every week. This is Back to the 80s, reliving the decade we will never forget. Stay nostalgic, and I will see you in the next video.